All right, sales warriors, let's just jump right in with the one question that really defines your entire day. Who gets to the market first? Is it going to be you or is it going to be your competitor? Because let's be honest, in our world, coming in second just doesn't cut it.
You know, the legendary Shiv Kira absolutely nailed it with this one. Winning isn't about having some secret new product. It's all about changing your approach. And the number one thing you can change, the real game changer, is how you treat your time.
So how do we start doing things differently? Well, here's our game plan. We're going to start by really understanding that daily morning battle. Then, I've got a great story to share about how one person turned it all around. After that, we'll get into the nuts and bolts, a real playbook you can use. We'll talk about keeping your edge, and finally, how to turn all this into total market domination. Ready? Let's do this!
Okay, so for every single one of us, every morning a starting gun fires. The market, it's not just a place you go to work, it's a battlefield. And on this battlefield, the first person to reach the objective, the first salesperson to shake that retailer's hand, almost always walks away with the biggest prize of the day.
I mean, really think about that for a second. What does it actually cost you to be second? You do all the work. You plan your route, you load up the van, you sit in traffic, just to show up and see your competitor's product already sitting pretty on the shelf. That's not just a lost sale, is it? It's wasted time, wasted energy, and man, it's a huge hit to your motivation for the rest of the day.
Now that feeling of always being second, it reminds me of a salesman I knew who was living that reality every single day. He was a good guy, great at his job, but he was consistently losing this morning fight. His story probably sounds pretty familiar, but how he turned it around, well, there's a huge lesson in there for all of us.
He'd show up to his first stop and bam, there was the competitor's display right at the front of the shop. It was like he was stuck in a loop, you know? Always showing up just a little too late, always one step behind.
So he got fed up. He realized something had to give, and it wasn't his sales pitch. It was his routine. He made one simple but honestly profound decision. He was going to embrace discipline. He started getting up earlier. He made it his mission to be the first guy at the warehouse, first one loaded up, and the first one hitting the road while everyone else was just pulling in.
And the result? Oh, it was incredible. That very first day of his new routine, he didn't just hit his target, he smashed it, broke his own personal record. He was there, standing outside the shop just as the owner was lifting the shutters. He got the first chat, the first cup of tea, and yep, the biggest order of the day. Why? Just because he decided to be first.
This amazing Guru Dave quote just captures that story perfectly. It wasn't some kind of magic trick. It was discipline. And that's a power every single one of us has access to. It's literally the thing that can take an average performer and turn him into an absolute market leader.
Okay, so how do you make that happen day in and day out? Well, we've put together what we call the 12-point power playbook. And trust me, this isn't just a random list of tips. This is a real step-by-step strategy to take over your market. And it all starts with your morning.
All right, let's break it down. The first 6 points are what we call your morning power routine. Number 1, get up before sunrise. This isn't about torturing yourself, it's about giving yourself quiet time to plan your win. 2, map out your entire route before you leave the house. Know exactly where you're going. 3, check your inventory the night before so your vehicle is perfectly organized. 4 and 5, these are the real game changers. Be the very first person at the warehouse and make that 8:30 a.m. departure time an absolute unbreakable rule. And finally, number 6, be there, looking sharp at your first call the second that shutter goes up.
This is the mantra. Seriously, burn this into your brain. The person who makes the earliest call is pretty much always the person who makes the earliest sale. It's that simple. It's cause and effect.
So winning the morning is awesome, but the true pros, the real top performers, they know how to keep that momentum going and dominate the entire day. So let's look at the next part of our playbook. Point 7 is all about psychology. When you roll up in a clean, crisp uniform, you're sending a message before you even say a word. You look serious. You look prepared. You instantly have a mental edge over the guy who might show up later looking like he just rolled out of bed. Your appearance is your opening statement.
All right, let's keep it moving. Point 8, stack your vehicle based on your route. The stuff for your first stop should be right by the door. Easy. 9, your phone. It's a tool for work, not a distraction. During work hours, it's for orders and maps. Period. Every minute you spend scrolling is a point for the other team. 10. Talk to your retailers. They are your eyes and ears on the ground. Ask them what's going on. 11. At the end of the day, be honest with yourself. Where did you win? Where did you lose time? And finally, point 12, the secret weapon. Before you go to sleep, write down your first call for the next day and what your goal is for that order. You're setting yourself up for success while you sleep.
And there it is. Guru Dev's words just hit so hard. Time isn't just money, it's your life. Every minute you waste digging for stock in your van or scrolling on your phone, you're not just wasting time, you're giving away a piece of your success.
So here's the bottom line. This isn't about being born a certain way or having some special talent. This is all about making a choice. That market is yours for the taking, and turning these simple habits into a daily win is 100% in your control.
I absolutely love this quote from Sandeep Maheshwari because it just flips the whole script. We think of discipline as being hard, but he's right. The moment you truly decide to do it, it becomes easy. The hard part isn't the work, it's making that solid decision.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to this one simple truth. You don't have to wait for anyone else to change. You change your habits. You take control of your routine. And I guarantee you the market will have no choice but to change right along with you.
So let's wrap this up. What's the path to victory? First, you have to win the morning. Your whole day is basically decided before 9 a.m. Second, remember that discipline is your superpower. It's what will make you stand out. Third, treat time like it's your best friend and most valuable asset. And finally, plan tomorrow's win today. The game is won long before you even get to the first shot.
Look, if this breakdown gave you some ideas and you want to keep finding new ways to level up your game, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Because you know the deal, if you stop learning, you stop winning. Thanks for